Hi, welcome to Knit Times News. Today we're going to be talking about the French and Indian War. Today I'm joined with George Washington. Now, George Washington, I'm going to start this conversation off with a simple question. How old were you when you were sent on your first mission? That's a good question, Knit. I was actually 21 years old when I was sent to deliver a message to the French in 1754, asking them to leave the Ohio Valley because we were going to conquer it. So what was it like coming back to Boston after not successfully completing your mission? Really embarrassing considering that we're the British and we're kind of the superpower of the New World, but everyone was like, oh, you were sent back, and it was embarrassing. But being someone that explored the wilderness, I was actually more seen as a celebrity than that of an embarrassment. You became a celebrity of Boston. Did you ever foresee that happening? And you also wrote a book, correct? What are your thoughts on that? Well, it was actually really surprising considering that I was expecting everyone to be shaming me, and I thought it was kind of weird though, because I really was expecting everyone to be looking down at me and whatnot, but instead they just had questions about what was it like outside of the city. And so, like you said, I did write a book, and I didn't think it would be as successful as it was or be respected as much as it was. However, my thoughts on it are just, it's incredible how the world works. So after you're done being a celebrity in Boston, they said that you went and attacked the French. Did you ever think that your surprise attack was going to fail, or did you not know what was going to happen? When I was sent back, we did a scout, and the scout came back and reported that there was only about 62 French, so we knew that the element of surprise was going to work, and I'm just happy that it did, and I didn't lose a lot of men because of it. Did you expect the repercussions from the French that actually occurred, and what was it like going back into Boston knowing that you had been captured and pretty much sent back to Boston with your tail between your legs? We didn't think that the fort was that valuable to the French, in all honesty, so we weren't expecting the repercussions, hence why we didn't ask for reinforcements and whatnot. But returning back to Boston the way that we did, with our tail between our legs, like you said, it was just another humiliating experience for myself. But what can you say when over 2,000 French soldiers come knocking at your door? I wouldn't risk the lives of my own men and myself fighting for something that's not that important. So what was it like? While named a higher rank than the British officers there, you were still considered inferior to them, and what did you do to become better than that? Well, it was really frustrating actually, because I could be called a general, and a private from the British forces he'd have more of an influence than I did. And it's kind of like this class that I took once, and it's the teacher, while she was half my height, she still was how would you say, she was still the big man of everything, even though I was twice her size. But what I did was, I did talk to the generals to get a royal, and they kept on turning me down, and I found it really frustrating. And considering that most of my friends were actually British officers, and they were higher ranked than me, even though I've done more than them. So it was disappointing, frustrating, I guess as simple as you can put it. So, when assigned under General Braddock to go attack the French, did you feel as it was a chance to redeem yourself from being captured, or what were your thoughts on that? Well, I just wanted to go back. There's so many amazing things out there outside of Boston that second chances, you could say, or not. I loved being out in the wilderness. It was a lot of fun. But it was an honor serving under General Braddock. He was a great man, and I guess I saw it as a second chance to redeem myself, but I was looking forward to more of getting outside of Boston, because sometimes, not everyone is a city person. Some people are outdoor people. How was it so natural for you to escape, leading all of the men that were wounded and still untouched? Why was it so natural for you to be able to escape as best as you did? Well, I guess it was just because I was out in the wild more than anyone else. I knew the places, I knew what to hide behind that wouldn't break if shot at. So I guess it's how I knew that when we were when we had the surprise attack, that's why it came so natural. Was I knew that a tree is better to hide behind beside a bush because while they can't see you, it can still hurt you. So, I mean, some people might argue and say, "Oh, because I was a coward," but no, it was because I knew the wilderness better than pretty much everyone else that went on that expedition. So I was glad that I did save a lot of lives, as many as I could. It was unfortunate for those who actually died, especially General Braddock, but yeah. Well, that's all the time we had for today. I'd like to thank you, George Washington, for joining us, and I'll see you guys next time.
My name is Cameron, and welcome to Fight Night. Today's topic will be whether George Washington was a coward or not.
Today I'm joined by Martine and Renee, and Martine is going to take the position that he was not a coward, and Renee is going to be doing the position that he was a coward.
Welcome back to Fight Night. So, sadly, Cameron had to leave us, but to summarize what we're arguing about is whether or not George Washington is or is not a coward. Renee is arguing that George Washington is a coward, and I am arguing that he is not a coward. Go ahead, Renee.
It is Fort LeBeuf. When Washington was sent over there to bring a letter to one of the French commanders, he was beneath with natives. Now, his sense of the natives was to have them on your side as an advantage because they knew the land. Well, what Washington did was that after he suspected that the French wanted to regain their friendship with the natives, they left, but later the natives were seduced under alcohol from the French, so he left them there. Was that smart to leave them there? I don't think that was.
Well, as you said, George Washington did hear the rumor and he did have the suspicion that the natives were going to join with the French because the French did more at their first. They had more trade opportunity with the natives and that of with the French with the natives and that of the natives and the British. So it was a smart move done by Washington, and this shows that he's not a coward because he left the natives in their own land. He's not leaving them to die because.
So leaving someone who knows the land, who can help you with your tactics, as to
knowing that they will
the
turn
French.
against you because they know that it's more profitable to work with the French. That was a smart move done by Washington. That he saved not only himself, but if let's say they wanted a sneak attack, he saved those people as well. In addition, Fort Duquesne, when the British forces went to go attack the French, they were surprise attacked. General Bradford was not expecting it, and a lot of people were injured. However, if under General Bradford, everyone would have died. However, George Washington, knowing the terrain and knowing when the battle was lost, he took action and he saved that many lives. Now, people would say it's a coward because he left. But it's not, because if you know you're going to lose, why would you try to fight against it?
That's all we have for this debate section. Thank you.
Thank you.